It doesn't make any sense. Beyond any comprehension how bad and how dumb it is. And no, I'm not talking about Anthony Richardson's Hail Mary attempt at the end of the game. I'm talking about the definitely not biased power rankings. Welcome back to a magical land called Finned Up. I am not bright. Let's get into it. Dishonorable mention to the Cincinnati Bengals. Just like the Broncos a few weeks ago, as soon as I say something nice about the Bengals on this channel, they decide to go out there and lay a huge egg against the Eagles. And they are showing that outside of the Detroit Lions, all big cats in the NFL this year are really bad. Number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles. I personally didn't think Philly was that good this year, but after a 3-game win streak culminating in back-to-back blowout wins against the Giants and the Bengals, I can't argue with it anymore. I will still stand that Nick Sirianni is a clown, but with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and a very, very, very good offensive line, I can't argue with how talented that offense is, and yeah, the Eagles are good. Number 9, the Minnesota Vikings. If you are a regular here on this channel, then you know that all season long, I have had the Vikings very high up in my rankings. But after a 2-game losing streak to the Lions and the Rams, they have tumbled. And I know people are going to be like, oh, they got screwed by the missed face mask penalty against the Rams. And yeah, they did. But they still needed to go 80 yards in under 2 minutes with no timeouts to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion just to send the game to overtime. The Vikings winning that game, even if it was called correctly, was incredibly unlikely. Number 8, the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers gave the cheese curd faithful in Wisconsin quite a scare on Sunday as their game against the Jaguars was way closer than it should have been. But their defense stepped up when it mattered most, and Malik Willis came in again for an injured Jordan Love to make enough plays to go 64 yards and set up a game-winning field goal. It must be really nice to have a backup quarterback who can win games. Wouldn't know. Number 7, the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans pulled out another tight one in their divisional opponent in the Indianapolis Colts. The Stroud boys on offense practiced for the upcoming election and marched the ball effectively all game long. And their defense gave Anthony Richardson the most Anthony Richardson stat line of all time in the first half, which was 2 for 15 for 81 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. It was incredible. Houston will continue to have a stranglehold on the AFC South until further notice. Number 6, the Washington Commanders. The Commanders' magical season continues with rookie phenom Jaden Daniels throwing a Hail Mary against the Bears on Sunday with no time left on the clock to win the game. It was a weird, gritty game that they pulled out in the final seconds, but Jaden Daniels continues to impress. Their defense is improving, and after 25 years of incompetence with Dan Snyder, Washington fans deserve this. I'm happy for them. Number 5, the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens may have lost 29-24 against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, but I'm not holding it against them. They played against Jameis Winston. He literally has wins in his name. What can you do with that? And if they caught one of the 3 interceptions that he threw directly to their defenders, including this one to Kyle Hamilton, they would have easily won that game. The Ravens are still really good and one of the teams to beat in the AFC. Number 4, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was wrong. I predicted the Steelers would be under 500 in my AFC North preview video over the summer, and I was wrong, okay? I'm sorry. Russell Wilson is looking like prime Seattle Russ, throwing deep balls to George Pickens and Calvin Austin III, which opens up the running game for good running backs in Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. And their defense is still incredible. And their special teams unit is arguably the best special teams in the NFL under special teams coordinator, a man who I have recently fallen in love with in these past 2 weeks, Danny Smith. It's going to be between the Ravens and the Steelers for the AFC North. Number 3, the Buffalo Bills. I moved the Bills up to 3. Are you happy, Bills Mafia viewers who are out there enjoying my pain and suffering? With the addition of Amari Cooper and Khalil Shakir playing better and better every single week, the offense is completely different. They flew across the country and went up to Seattle and kicked the ever-living crap out of a good Seattle Seahawks team. The Bills are going to dominate a bad AFC East, and this week they play the Dolphins in Buffalo, who they're going to blow out, and I am dead inside. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. If it weren't for the existence of the Chiefs, the Lions would hands down be the best team in the NFL right now. They may have had a big upcoming game against the Packers, but the Lions were absolutely locked in their game against the Titans on Sunday, scoring 52 points despite having only 225 yards of total offense. They forced 4 turnovers and had almost 200 yards in the return game, including this 90-yard punt return for a touchdown. Their 2 running backs, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, have the best nickname in the NFL at the moment, as they are known as Sonic and Knuckles, and yeah, the Lions are incredible. Number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs continue to do what they do and went into Las Vegas and beat down the Raiders to remain the only undefeated team. Until the Chiefs are officially eliminated from the playoffs, they will remain number 1. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to check out some of my other ones, and I will see you Friday for the Thursday night recap. I love you all. Bye.